So in cards and tankards, we've got 4 new cards that have been revealed, and they all look pretty nice. I'll be honest, none of them look overly OP. None of them look broken. None of them look like they'll need a future nerf, although we can't tell yet, obviously. None of them look, and all the images, besides one that hasn't got an image yet, unless it's just going to be black, but I highly doubt that. But all of the images look fine. Like they actually, and the card colouring, I like the blue and gold. It's nice, and I think they're perfectly balanced cards. They've definitely got their uses. Everyone will use them when they first come out, obviously, but if in the future, a month or two after this, the hype around this faction is finished, I feel like these cards will be, what's the word I'm looking for? They'll be not forgotten about, but they'll be seen in a more knowledgeable light. They'll be seen as what they truly are, which is so far, obviously we're waiting for the faction, but so far they seem like cards that are not OP but usable. You know, the first one we got here, which was the most recent one actually, Endless Merc Band. I'm currently reading it. When drawn, add a copy of this card to your hand. Yeah. So when you draw it, when you place it down on the table, it gives you a copy to your hand. I think that's what that means. Yep. And then entrance, give your endless merc, and then it gives every other endless merc in your hand 1+1. That is not OP at all. It's pretty decent. It's okay, but it's like in terms of how OP it is, it's like a 3 or a 4 out of 10. It's not OP at all. I don't personally think. Even if you had 3 merc bands, you'd get up to like what 6 and 6, 7 and 7, something like that. And like unless you copy mage it, like they could be like you could maybe get like infinite copy mage. Well, you could get like copy mage decks maybe with this merc band in, and wait till you only have merc bands and copy mages left, and then constantly maybe that's a strategy that some people could do. But even then, I don't see it being that OP. I mean, because even now, copy mage, I don't think it's that OP. It's when it gets pulled off, it's annoying. But a lot of people who play infinite copy mage decks get defeated before the copy mage deck can even be thinged. It's just about luck, isn't it? So I wouldn't say that's OP. The next one here, let's read it. Oh, this is one with no picture. Defensive Acumen, 3 mana as well. The other one was 3 mana, I'm pretty sure. So 3 mana, no picture, contract spell. So you've got to control 2 creatures with 4 health. So that's quite easy. I mean, especially late on in the game, you're going to have most likely, not always, but most likely at least 2 creatures with 4 health, right? So it's not too bad, too difficult of a condition to have. Friendly creatures deal damage equal to their health instead of their attack. I'll be 100% honest. This one, friendly creatures deal damage equal to the. Yeah, this one's not OP at all, not even close. It'll benefit most creatures because most creatures have more health, I think, than attack. Although I could be wrong there. Do correct me. There's some like the bee that dies after 1 round. It'll be terrible for that. Grave Robber, or Grave, is it Grave Robber? Is that his name? I don't know. Though I always use him and I forgot his name. I think it might just be Grave Robber. Who's 3 attack, 1 health. It'll be terrible for him. So it won't benefit every card, and even the card it does benefit. It's like I'm thinking like that one, the Knight card that has, I can't remember what it's called. This card, I could just do this. Like for cards like this is the card I was thinking of that has amped this one, but it has 8 health but 4 attack. Right, Paladin of, I've not got my glasses on. Well, Paladin of Aurelius, it's either Aurelius, I think. I don't think that's an I. But this, look, so basically it'll make it so that this, when it attacks, it's 8 damage instead of 4. I don't know how long it is. It might be for the rest of the game because it doesn't actually say it has a time limit. So it's probably for the rest of the game. Whatever. Or for this guy, it would. But then you'll have guys like this where it'll benefit, but not that much. 2 health can be the difference, sure, but most of the time it will not be. So you've got 2, like with this guy's 4 health, this 4 attack. This guy won't make a single difference because it's the same. And then you've got some guys like this guy who it would actually negatively impact. And then you've got some guys like this guy and this guy who just will not help at all. So like it would help this guy, this guy, this guy, but it wouldn't help this guy. Do you see what I mean? So it's not that good of a card. It's okay, it's usable, but it's I'll keep that there just in case. But it's not very, very good. It's not a bad card. It's not terrible. It's just I'd say actually say it's a little lower down than mediocre. I think it's a lot worse than the Merc Band card, and the Merc Band card isn't even that good. So, but I like it. I like it. I'd be a lot happier with this than if it was insanely OP and Okay. Oh, next we've got Fortified Siege. Condition: you have 30 plus life. Yeah, this is a free mana card, so it's definitely possible to have 30 plus health by round 3, so you could pretty much play this straight away, but it's also possible not to. So I think this is a little bit harder of a condition to meet, but it's definitely a condition you can meet fairly easily. Obviously, it depends on the luck and all that. Whenever you gain life, deal 2 damage to it. See, this one's a lot better than those other 2 cards, almost combined, I'd say. Fortified Siege. And these have all been free mana, haven't they? I'm pretty sure. I swear the first creature card was free mana. But this one's very... like... What's the word I'm looking for? It's very good. It's probably the best out of all of them. I'm thinking of the last card. I remember what the last card is. I think it's called Violent Repossession, right? But from all the cards I can think of, which we'll talk about in a minute, but for all the cards I can think of, this is actually the best out of the ones that have been released, in my humble opinion, obviously. People might have different opinions. And that's because, although the condition isn't necessarily the easiest thing to meet, but it's not that difficult, especially considering it's free mana. But if you meet the condition, as long as it doesn't have, because it doesn't say here there's a time limit on how long, unless the contract spells specifically have a time limit, I don't know, or like a turn limit or whatever. But unless the contract spells do, because this one doesn't actually say, like the last one, that it has a limit of how much the effect is used for. So I assume it's for the rest of the game, unless it's like countered somehow. I don't know, but if that's even possible, which I don't think it will be. But if it is for the rest of the game, this card's amazing. Whenever you gain life, deal 2 damage to a random enemy creature. So if you had a Trading Prince, bigger Trading Prince, if you had this guy, every single turn you get him. Every single turn you get life, you'll deal 2 damage to an enemy. So you'll get 1 life, 2 damage every turn as long as he's there. People do tend to kill him quickly, but then you've got other cards that can give you life. Like for this guy, he'll give you 7 life, and he's not even a unique. So if this guy gives you 7 life, right? But it says every time you gain life. So is he gain life in general? Or is it every time you gain a single life point? Because if it's life in general, this won't be as good as I think it is. But if it's just 1 life point, this would be OP. Because this card gives you 7 health. So that'd be 14 damage every time you place one of these. Or every time one of these dies. That'd be 14 damage you do to the other guy's health. Direct damage. That seems very, very, very good. I kind of hope that is the case, because I'd make it a whole new deck around that. This isn't. It's used in decks. I played a deck with it earlier, but it's not used as often as you'd like to see, and it's also not really like. It's not the primary focus of a deck. Nobody goes into a deck going, "Oh yeah, this is my primary focus." Well, very few people, especially higher levels. So I'd actually like to see that. Yeah, even though it'd be OP, and they could just nerf it if it ends up being too annoying. That'd be interesting. But if it is just no matter how much life you gain, it's 2 damage, then this guy will be just as good, if not maybe even worse, than the Trading Prince. The only benefit to this guy is you can get more of him than the Trading Prince. But there's other things, like you've got, I can't remember what it's called now, this one, Dreadful Drain. Here we go. Violent Repossession. Oh, this is 5 mana, so yeah, the rest are all 3, I'm pretty sure, but this one's 5. This one, everyone seems to think it's OP. Well, people I've spoken to, but I actually don't think it's as good as the last one. If the last one works how I think it'll work, at least. But you kill a creature if it had 6 or more health, your opponent draws a card. So basically, you can kill any creature. If you have basically, if you have this creature who has 15 health, you play him. This card can instantly kill him. It's like a Dead or Alive, but it kills any creature, and you don't need to enhance it. It just kills any creature. Seems really good. But it costs 4 more mana than Dead or Alive. Dead or Alive's 1, unless it gets nerfed or something. This is 5. And also, it kills only 1 creature. I actually think Fireball is better than this card. And Dead or Alive, in certain cases, because it's so much less mana, and most creatures don't have a gazillion health. Like I could see this card maybe being good against, like, bone decks or decks that have this guy in. But even with bone decks, usually people can get more bones. But it could be okay against bone decks. It'd be an okay counter against bone decks. I wouldn't say it'd be an instant win if you've got this against a bone deck, but it's a good counter, I guess. Especially it's really good against this guy, but it's not that OP. Like it's okay. I like the picture. The picture's pretty cool. This is just a spell. This isn't a contract spell, so there's no contract that needs to be. And it's green, so you can have three. It's not. You can have three of them. Is there any unique spells in the? Oh no, yes there is. What unique spells are there? Oh, this one. Yeah, this is a unique spell, isn't it? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this. Yeah, you can get unique spells. Okay. Yeah, but that's it. I don't know. For me, Fortified Siege is by far the best. If it works how I think it'll work. If it doesn't, then it would probably be this one, the Violent Repossession. But they're the four cards anyway, and there'll probably be more that's revealed throughout the coming days, not days, weeks leading up. I think we're about, when does it come out? 16th. So we're about exactly 3 weeks away from the thing. Let me do my quick maths. We're 14 days away. So that's 2 weeks. Wait, we're 2 weeks away. Oh no, we're 24 days away, I think. Yeah, I was gonna say we're not 14 days away. I've literally just lost count. Yeah. Oh, 18 days, I think, actually. I think we're just under 3 weeks. I think it's. No, I'm wrong. Am I wrong? Oh, I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, we're around 3 weeks away. August 16th is now July 27th. So, but yeah, I'm really excited that they're the cards. There's the logo for the order and all that. I wonder which one everyone thinks is the best, because I personally think they're all good cards, and none of them, unless Fortified Siege works the way I'm hoping it does. But if it doesn't, then, which I probably won't work the way I'm hoping it does, then all these cards, none of them will ever get nerfed. It just seems like they're or need to get nerfed. They all seem like they'll be decent, and people will use them, and they can help you. None of them will negatively impact your deck, but none of them are going to be like, the next Spellbook Forgery, the next Fireball, the next, like, what other big cards are there? They don't seem like creatures you'd make decks around themselves. Like I said, unless the Fortified Siege one works the way I think it will, which I don't think it will, but if it does, then you could definitely make a deck around that. But yeah, I'd say there's not really many. The Merc Band you could probably make a deck around, possibly, but even then, I really struggle to see how you would want to, you know. I don't know. We'll see. I'm excited because we don't know actually the other cards in the faction yet. So there could be the case where you've got, like, these cards don't look that good on their own with the current cards that are in the game, but it could actually be really OP or really good, or even poor, but it could be really good or OP with the cards that are also in the order deck. So anyway, besides from that, I'm actually really excited because I think this could be, this will be very fun, and I'm excited, and I can't wait for more leaks.